There's nothing better than a tasty, hearty soup on a cold day. This takes minutes to throw together, and you probably already have everything you need. If you don't already have grapeseed oil, you need it. This is a great oil to cook with. It takes high heat. Love it. So first you're going to start with an onion. I just cut up a sweet onion. You cut it whatever size you want to. I took about 4 celery stalks. I went ahead and cut off both ends, washed them very well, and then cut these up as well. I like my celery in bite size. All right, we're going to do some minced garlic. You could use fresh garlic. I'm going to use the minced. I'm probably going to use more minced garlic than if I were using fresh. But anyway, let's do 3. We're going to do 3 teaspoons of garlic in this one. Yep, I like it. Okay, so while all of that is simmering, we're going to go ahead and prepare our carrots. I'm going to cut up a few of these. I've capped them and already cut those in bite-sized pieces as well. Now, we're going to just let our onion, celery, and garlic simmer in that grapeseed oil. Just a little bit of grapeseed oil in the bottom of the pan, but, don't be stingy with it. And then once they have gotten soft and iridescent, we're going to add our chicken broth. The healthier version of this would be to create your own chicken broth. And that is easily done by just placing a whole chicken in a pot, cover it with water, bring it to a boil, and cook it for an hour or so before or until the meat just begins to fall off the bone. And then you remove it from the broth, and you carefully do that because sometimes it will fall apart. I like to cook mine that much. And then you kind of strain your broth for anything, any little spare little bone or something that might have gotten left in there. And then you can actually wait for your chicken to cool down a little bit and debone it and put the meat back in. And that just gives some extra to your soup. But for today, we are using a boxed chicken broth. I don't recommend that. Very high in sodium and other things, but it's just a staple item that I keep on hand, and for today I'm going to use it. So I wasn't really planning on doing soup today, so I'm really using what's in my refrigerator and my pantry and just kind of pulling some things together to show you how to make a very quick, easy soup rather than all that junk food that you're probably craving when you're stuck inside on a cold day. So we're going to go ahead and put our carrots in there and bring this to a boil. Once that's boiling, then we can kind of turn that down. We're going to make sure those carrots get nice and tender. I'm going to cook these. I'm going to go ahead and set the timer for about 11 minutes. And I don't know why 11. It's probably going to take closer to 20 minutes. You see back there I've got a jar of vegetable soup and some bruschetta that we're going to add in later as well. These are a couple items I get from Trader Joe's. I love that they are made up of whole food and not a bunch of junk. So very important when you're cooking, use whole foods. Cook and make everything as healthy as possible. We want it to taste good and yummy, and to me, starting with whole foods always makes things better. Let's give this a little taste. Pretty yummy. All right, so I'm going to go ahead now and add that soup and that bruschetta, and I'm going to heat that up for about 5 minutes or so, and yeah, it's ready to go. Now, if you wanted to add some pasta, I usually use brown rice and quinoa pasta. This is organic from Trader Joe's as well, and it is gluten-free. Where I added the half a jar of bruschetta and the full jar of vegetable soup from Trader Joe's that I love, that was just to add the tomatoey flavor. I love tomatoes. You may not want that. You don't have to. Or you could substitute that and do salsa or whatever's in your fridge, okay? So keep it simple, keep it healthy, and hey, get creative and make it your own. So watch my next video. I hope you're enjoying these.